Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pav. Anyway, it's like I will run Mano Punyadi Hare. Kunja Vipati. Kunja Vipati. Jai Om Bad. His life by Chandra. Prabhupada teacher. Prabhupada. Ruti Vaishnava. Acharya Shridas Thakur Jai. Friends, say the Lord Sri Krishna. Shivasari Gaur Bhakti. Shri Radha Krishna. Vrindavan. So, Gunamai. Shimali Go Krishna. All glories. All glories to Shri David. Go around the channel. Today we're reading from Srimad 10th Canto, 29, chapter, text thought. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Anjo Abiyahu Kasched Noham Vidva Samutsuka Ayoy Adishritya Samyanam Anudvadyaspara Yayahu Duhanjo Biyahu Kasched Om Vidva Samutsuka Ayodhishritya Samyam Udvasya Parayahu Anjobhya Yukasche Om Vidva Samutsuka Ayodhishritya Samyam Udvasya Parayahu Anjobhya Yukasche Om Vidva Samutsuka Ayodhishritya Samyam Vasya Parayahu. Duham Jaha, in the middle of milking the cows. Abhiyayahu went away. Paschet, some of them, Doham, the milking. Itva, abandoning. Samutsukaha, extremely eager. Payaha, milk. Ishritya, being placed on the stove. Sangyavam, cakes made of flour. Anudvasya, without removing from the oven. Aparaha, others. Yayahu, translation, some of the gopis milking cow for Krishna's food. They stopped milking and went off to make it. Some left milk burning on the stove, and others left cakes burning in the oven. So you can repeat, some of the gopis were milking cows. They stopped milking and went off to meet it. Some left milk curdling on the stove, and others left cakes burning in the oven. We want to comfort the child. So tasty. So the eagerness, the purport by the servants of the prophet. The eagerness of these coward girls so lovely and devoted to Krishna. So we're going to read the short purports of the characters. Key codes. 3 verses describe the gopis' absence of attachment to their duties and haste to meet Krishna. Some gave up their normal duties. They were made to milk the cows, but they gave up milking the cows in order to meet Krishna. Some gopis left the constant milk boiling in the stoves and wheat cakes cooking in the oven. Bir Goswami describes pretty much the same thing. 3 verses describe how they went through giving up duties and local customs, disinterest in the body, agitation caused by the most attractive song. Since they were eager to go there with strong determination. First, giving up their designated duties as prescribed, they were milking cows, but gave up milking for the milk and went towards the song of the group. Some with large groups and others went with 2 or 3 friends, since verse 44 describes that there were hundreds of groups. They left because they were most eager, unable to bear delay of time. This reason the bride should be given for the following. Others left while boiling milk, others left while cakes were on the fire, others left for the house, which we understood from all these verses. Or they left the milk boiling in the stove without taking it off. And they left cakes in the stove. Kascheto was Sukaha, Ayodhishya Yavam, Anudvasya Parami Yahu. Okay, so Omagana Timirandesha Yakshu. So of course this described they're here to describe Vibhava. Vibhava means basically that which stimulates your enthusiasm, emotions, Vibhava. And it's connected with your constitutional relationship. So, anyway, so this is very elevated. So we do tend to project our concept of that is our own feelings, how we would feel in such a circumstance, upon this particular story. So when the gopis are running to Bir Krishna, Bir Krishna's foot, they're running to serve. I remember going on, and I thought I heard Krishna's foot, but it was actually just a loudspeaker system. And I wasn't thinking I should serve Krishna. I was honestly Krishna's foot. So it really wasn't an impetus to serve Krishna, it was an impetus to enjoy a flute song. So just like we compare sometimes to groupies that follow rock and roll stars, they're not thinking, what we serve George, Ringo, Krishna. The Beatles, it was just a question of enjoying their senses. And here we have purified soul, a pure soul, who started playing they're actually simply showing service to Krishna. It's like being called to serve. We have to understand it, because when you talk about the different relationships, the moods of with Krishna, that's all Krishna. All the relationships, other than pure sound browse, which is not there with Vrindavan. Go look at Vrindavan, sound mixed with dasa. They all have dasa or service that. And dasa becomes perfect. It's always perfect, but it becomes perfect in the sense of the highest level of typical story we tell Gopi's willingness. Krishna had a headache. Just like go ahead, Krishna, I'm reading the story. And they say, how do we do this with great offense? And the gopis say, take the dust. Immediately, things grabbing the dust from their feet. Can you imagine that? I mean, can you just imagine a scenario like if you're guru, that I want the dust from your feet, please give it to me. Like, no way. Of course, there's a story that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had some headache or something like that. Foot bathing Brahman, actually, but anyway, can you imagine? Just put yourself in this scenario. You would ask for. Or if I would say, let's take the scrapings from your feet, put it on the altar. Just like, I'm not going to do it. No way. I mean, it just goes against my nature so much. So my training, the gopis, I mean, that's so. In other words, they're ready to be with Krishna. That's not making count, but it's a joy. So like a fancy type of rock and roll performance. It's not like that. Yeah, so we actually have to understand their mentality. That's the first one. Second point is that this story also illustrates how we become attached to the world. As we find in the Bhagavad Gita, it's a vessel that the conditioned souls, they're just very attached to this shy of this world. But upon attaining a higher state, and that higher taste is actually a loving exchange. Like it's not just like having sugar in your food instead of like salt in your food. It's the love and exchange between the Lord and the Lord that goes on to an extent, like Prabhupada describes regarding Krishna's pastimes, that we all have a loving propensity. And Prabhupada actually compared it to shining light, shining light inside a box or something like that. It doesn't go very far. It doesn't go very far. But we want to express our love in such a way that it just goes on, increases exponentially. The opposite. Ahitaki Pratitali. See, this also goes. Ahitaki Pratitali. Yeah, so Ahitaki means there's no cause stopping. You understand? There's no material cause. I mean, there's probably a lot of material causes for a lot of looking for knowledge, stress, like that. So there's some material cause to many things that are right, just being honest. But with the gopis, there's no material cause. In other words, no self-centeredness. And a haitaki, a pratyata, there's nothing stopping you. Even if they have to leave their bodies, it doesn't stop them. Can you imagine that? That you're called to do some service for the deities, and your husband, and you leave your body to serve the deities. Rather looking at it. I mean, it's the same thing. I'm just putting it in context, maybe that people can understand. It's the same thing. It's basically all of this so great. Pratyata. And this is Yajna Supersedity. That's actually what satisfies the heart. That's what the law explains. So you're all looking for that heart satisfaction, but it only occurs at that particular point. So we, probably how we invest in so many other projects. The dog, the cat, life husband. But we invest in Krishna. And that's really what satisfies us. But we're trying to do so many other means to satisfy us. So it's basically that unalloyed love, like the gopis here exhibit. That's really what makes me attach to this world. Understands that. That Vairagya Vijay, Nijabhakti, the Shart, the Ekam, Purusha, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, should be. Kripam Udhya Yastam, Amprava. That's a thing. So, Charya. And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is, a part of his mission. Vairagya Vidya. To develop detachment from this world, but detachment from this world only occurs illustrated when I quoted about the Gita verse that that's a large mission itself and having higher take. That's the higher takes. That's really the higher takes. So this is really the important point. Of course, I am not saying we're on the level of gopis, just really detached from this material world. No, I mean, actually, our hearts are steel are above the time, isn't it? They want upon chanting, you don't have tears from the eyes of these other symptoms, these other fathers. Don't really bother. Then we have the material bodies. Then we're not on the platform. So, therefore, I'm just going to point out some danger here. So we have to be very, very careful about our impulses, even regarding consciousness. Like this is like a little bit of a counterpoint. So, about yesterday. Like we have impulses in regard to Krishna, but we have to be careful that these impulses are not coming from the mind or the senses, because they do. And as we know, one of the first things the Prophet tells us at the beginning of Upanishad is about the 4 defects that the soul has. I mean, we should be honest, the 3 conditioned souls, and even if you're not a conditioned soul, it's probably going to be humble, think you are a conditioned soul. Like the story was brought out about Prabhupada getting the instruction from the spiritual master takes sannyas, takes sannyas. The Prabhupada also consulted with his godbrothers. It's not that Prabhupada did the same thing as Sri Prabhupada did. And like that, but But Prabhupada consulted with his godbrothers, first, went to Tirtha Maharaj. Tirtha Maharaj, of course, said, just reside in a comforting place. We'll give you a nice room. You have to serve the mission. And if we have enough money later on to publish your books, we'll get many other books published. Prabhupada didn't want that. So it's the usual living in a comfortable place with a nice area. And then Prabhupada was vacation. Very Prabhupada was consulting with stuff. I mean, sometimes we do find the books do that, like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. But these are special cases. I mean, I'm not going to fix it. So, GBC, they could hold it down. What do they say next time? Do something first and get permission for it later. Actually, some that application bar, or something else. Shiva Mars gave permission. That did it without permission. Anyway. So the point is we have to be very, very, very careful about these impulses. And there's actually two dangers that I can think of from giving them spiritual impulses. One danger, of course, is that think themselves more advanced than what history is. And Prabhupada said, regard to that total bottom line, then there'll be purification instead of purification. And another danger is that you won't use Krishna's energy to serve him. You'll be engaging what we call Balu Vairagya. I mean, something you use for Krishna, you're just going to say, oh, this microphone is mine. I remember when I first started using computers. And those are even before computers. I had a mobile phone, and it was so big that they had to build me, sell me a special lead bag to keep my mobile phone this big. As I go to the GBC meeting, and it rings. This is before anyone had a mobile phone. What is that? And I think it might be bad. Plus, this is mobile phone. And this is Maya. This is Maya. You are completely in Maya. And nowadays, I guess everybody's in Maya. They're all using it, or like I remember the early days on the computer, went to office stores, and I said, you have to really have to use this system called COM. COM, that's called PAM nowadays. I don't think use it such way. So anyway, so that was our BBS old board system, which we communicate with the other devotees. That was for the internet. So he looked at me like I was an idiot. And he said, if I use calm, I won't be calm. You understand? The play on words. And then after that, about 2 years later, he said, Maharaj, can you come and teach me how to use a computer? So, there's this principle of follow the not using some service. And it's, but at the same time, we become enamored by something that you're supposed to Christmas or something. Like Prabhupada came, I was there at the time, Prabhupada came to tour the BBT in Los Angeles. And we had all this fancy equipment. It's not really fancy. So, somebody would throw in the garbage, find in the dumpster. It was like a computer that's kind of, holes in the tape. That's how programmed. We programmed the typesetter that point. This is one of my nice godbrothers, Archie too. He was operating very nice, wonderful. So he was operating it, and there was that, and then we had all these typewriters that somehow recorded on a cassette tape. Actually, before that, for typesetting, there was this IBM thing that you have to type twice each line. Did anyone ever see that? Yeah, you have a little ball on it. And I actually had to take a microscope and actually insert the diacritics on it, on the IBM selectric ball. So they have diacritics on it. And so you type it once, and then it figures out how to space the words, and then it prints when you type the same sentence again. Anyway, it's really interesting, the old technology. People forget that. So anyway, so Prabhupada looked at all this technical stuff. And also, that was the same time that Prabhupada looked at the telex machine we had. They were communicating with New York. He thought it was really fancy. Tell these people faxes with it. Devotees typed in all those Prabhupada, devotees in New York did answer. And then they answered when they were devotees in Los Angeles, said, Prabhupada is here. And then they answered, said, all glories to Prabhupada. And then, I mean, it's funny how people send messages sometimes, even on Hare Krishna. I said, would you send me a Hare Krishna? Well, give a message. Then the message, just don't say Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada, anyway, so Prabhupada said about the talents that simply talk nonsense with each other, which actually, anyway, I don't know how we'll tell us. But in any case, then Prabhupada looked at all this book and said, well, it's too much. So, there's a flip side to Prabhupada, which is just like trying to enjoy the different things in the name of Yukta-Vairagya. So you say you see Yukta-Vairagya stuff, big fancy car, Yukta-Vairagya. Look how nice I am in this book, because I'm accepting. So one has to actually use the talent. But let's talk about the first danger, where one actually thinks oneself more than they are, because of their enthusiasm to do something for Krishna, which is actually coming from the mixed form. Perhaps the most of nature, perhaps the emanation to the world. And it's a problem. So I'm going to make reference to a verse in the Bible. Now it's going to be good. In the eternity. Ananias Timothy and Deuteronomy, each of those things. You'll be sharing to 100. So in this particular verse, Krishna gives a certain requirements for giving everything up. And Krishna says, for those who are completely unparalleled, Noah, to the other. They do not probably blessed day. They're devoted completely to me. Then I am carrying what they have. And so there's many instances of that. Of course, the first instance is that we're talking about today is the gopis, obviously. They didn't get killed by the gopis. Of course, there were many stories that occurred where the gopis, especially Radharani, try to keep them from beating Krishna, and some things happen. But it was pretty joyful. I don't know if you feel it too happy, but it was pretty joyful. They were joyful. It was play, all play. But in ordinary circumstances, if a woman is sleeping, that's joints of man. It's not going to be all play. Or she leaves stuff burning on the oven. It's not going to be all play. It's going to be problematic. I mean, let's talk also about the 1,000 Brahmins who left their husbands and disobeying their husbands, ignoring their husbands. You may have lost or your husband. But you know, that culture, that crime, ignore your husbands and walk out. I mean, now they approach all the women, they won't, they can argue with their husbands, walk out. It's not all common. But in those days, you know, her husband's performing this big sacrifice, head of society, for medical society. And they just, her husbands are saying, where are you going? And they don't even say, you know, there was some Krishna. They just don't even hear their husband. I mean, that's how absorbed they don't even hear them. Of course, that's also the reaction to their husbands paying attention. Coward boys, but the coward boys were asking the kind of for food. So they walk out and they join Krishna, and basically they say Krishna was saying, and they have some fun. But also they say, you know, we're going to be in trouble if we go back. And Krishna says, oh, your husbands will appreciate you. So that's a Nanias Chintayanto Mom, the agent of Parikasate. They say, Krishna carries what you protects what you have, carries what you lack. They go back and their husbands appreciate all life. And that's inconceivable that would happen, isn't it? In that particular, I mean, I know devotees who are very conservative in the world. Their wives did that. No one here, of course. Their wives did that. I mean, that half of the wives for the next 2 years. The husbands are going to accept that. So imagine that scenario. Here's the hell is this being done? Come on, this isn't important. The hell is being grounded. So you know, because they're proud, but they were really good. And but they're still in Christian. So that's another history. And then of course you also have Srivas now. The similar circumstances. Lord Chaitanya says, what do you do to maintain your family? There he has plenty. So, of course, what do you do to maintain your family? He says, I don't have 1, 2, 3. If I don't eat for 3 days, I'll just find you stone or something. I don't think any of us should try that. And like you know, even if the goddess of fortune goes begging, you'll always have enough. But should we try that because of our devotion to Krishna? You know, those of you who we don't job. But if so, like in our household, we're not going to make it. Krishna's going to take care of us. We may have a mortgage, it doesn't matter. Krishna will take it. I'm just simply on the phone, you know, totally plus. This doesn't look like that. Haridas Thakur being whipped in so many marketplaces and what you're trying to taking the whipping that. It just doesn't work. Like, I mean, maybe it works like that. But not for me. It's not going to work like that. I gotta protect myself. I gotta wear a mask. Here's, you know, isn't it? Like the COVID thing, you know. Sometimes we go on the internet, we see people in a highly remote area having these static kirtans. And thinking, and you know, there's a sign on people, don't take any pictures because we'll get in trouble. This is a true story. We're not, well, don't take any pictures because we may get in trouble with the government. But we know Christians protect. They didn't say that it's the person point. We know Christians protecting us. And so I just simply I feel probably plus they shouldn't be a good yoga shape. But they leave out the first part of the verse, which is an Anyas Chintayanto. And also it has to do with Christian laws. Not only, you know, 3-year-old children, so I forgot to do this. But something if you do something Christian that doesn't work out. Like, no problem of jealousy. Things just don't work out, pointing you in a different direction. So anyway, so people are thinking about that, but then they go over this diet, this clear time, it's static. God, we will not wait on, you know. And then later on, you know, this is a true story. Later on, 3 devotees were in intensive care. One devotee made this is true. Second dealing with this right now. One devotee, one of my very, very good friends, they leave his body and they go get clots in his lungs. He's in an intensive coma. Maybe getting worse. Praying. And this is all because, you know, we're on a level of devotion and service, you know, Krishna will take care of us. No. One has to use their common sense too. So, and we're not like, yeah, we're like the devotees like that. So be careful. And here's another story where here's a story where someone had a lot of enthusiasm, went to a kirtan, and they got in trouble because they weren't ready for the kirtan. You would know what Srivas his kirtans were reserved, you know, Srivas only for pure devotees, right? So I guess they had damage. So what happened is, and you're all familiar with the story, is that out of enthusiasm, Srivas responded. Went to the kirtan. You know, she wanted to hear kirtan. There's nothing wrong with wanting to hear kirtan. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, who could fault her for wanting to hear the holy names? And but this was the kirtan, I guess, only reserved for pure devotees. So she goes to the kirtan, and she's basically hiding the grapes of the curtain. And Murshi Khan was chanting, and he's saying, ecstasy is not coming. Someone here shouldn't be here. You know, they had sheer enthusiasm. She wanted to hear. It's not that it wasn't corrected by Srivas. But then what happened? They kicked her out. And then Lord Chaitanya had enthusiasm. Yeah. So it's not. So sometimes enthusiasm, even if it's consciousness, obviously Lord Chaitanya is having his kids on. I would probably be in purpose too. I wouldn't care what the rules were. And I probably get kicked out too at the same time, right? But so she wasn't qualified. And so we actually have to be careful about, like Papa said, about imitating conduct. Big devil, big monkey, same old stuff. So we have to be careful and use our, you know, Buddha yoga means use our intelligence to understand and discriminate. Is this what I should use? You know, that refers to follow right too. Is this, am I accepting too much? Is this going to contaminate me, or am I rejecting too much? When I can ask Jesus to serve Krishna, or am I thinking I'm more advanced, reading literature, or thinking I'm focused. So anyway, so these are some of the cautions I'm giving regarding to this particular. One thing, that's it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you. But that was an enthusiasm, same point. You got their enthusiasm. 100 verses. What's that? Oh, that's when he wrote 100 verses for the and those one of the verses. There's actually two of the books that we have nowadays. Oh, man. All glories, all glories, all glories, all glories. So, this material world which is progressing towards hell, there's always a blazing fire, and everyone is struggling hard without finding peace. Therefore, the world wants to have real peace. To take shelter under the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, which are cooling like the shining millions of moons. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult to approach Radha Krishna. Anyone who does not establish their relationship with Lord Nityananda is simply spoiling their mood of the human birth and the animal propensities of sense gratification. Never seeing the names of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, they become absorbed in so-called material enjoyment and their academic education and birth in a high family, a great nation, not protect them at the time of death. They become maddened by a false concept of bodily life, and thus they have forgotten their eternal relationship with Lord Nityananda. Such forgetful persons accept the illusion of the intellectual. When you achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are not an illusion. They are fact. And anyone who engages in the transcendental loving service of Lord Nityananda immediately achieves a transcendental position on the spiritual platform, which is eternal and blissful. Therefore, always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Narottam Thakur says, my dear Lord Nityananda, I am very unhappy. I am praying to you to make me happy. Please keep me in the corner of your lotus feet. Narottam Thakur. So the announcement from Lord Krishna. 27 years. Very good. Congratulations. So, Josh, okay?